Awesome. Chris Broussard joining us. So it's an NFL Monday, but there are a couple of things here. There was a massive trade Saturday in the NBA. Jimmy Butler's now in Chicago, not happy. Goes to Minnesota, not happy. Now goes to Philadelphia. And my takeaway is, listen, man, I understand moving around in the NBA. Jimmy Butler's now on his third team in a very short time. Is this the move we think is great for Philadelphia, or do we have potential fireworks shows here?
That's a great point. Look, Jimmy Butler's a tremendous player, both sides of the floor. But I'm not so sure Minnesota didn't win this trade. Okay, you got shooting. Covington is a very good two-way player. Defends, he's tough.
Long.
Spreads the floor because he can shoot the three. Saric can shoot the three. And Karl Anthony Towns' game had declined.
Yes.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't know how big. I think the personal stuff was overblown with him and Butler.
Yeah.
Not that there wasn't something there, but his play declined completely. So now he's going to be back. The pecking order is set, and I think they may be a better team. Philadelphia, on paper, it's fine. The problem is you have no shooting. J.J. Redick's really your only shooter. He needs to start. Put Fultz on the bench.
Yeah, no, I mean, Fultz is a bust. Here's my whole thing about the process in Philadelphia. Nerlens Noel, Okafor, Fultz, Carter Williams. These guys are busts or massive underachievers. I love Simmons and Embiid, but I hear they don't get along. You don't have any shooting in a shooter's league. The Lakers haven't missed on anybody in 2 years, but they don't have a cool nickname.
Right.
This whole thing with Butler, Simmons, and Embiid to me feels like three egos.
Well, that's a great point because I think there's two ways that I'm skeptical. I hope it works because I love Embiid and Simmons, and I would like nothing more than them to be playing relevant basketball in late May and June. But Butler wants to be the man, okay? He's the third guy on that team. Now, he can be the second leading scorer.
Right.
Or I don't even care if he's the leading scorer, if it's close with him and Embiid. But the order is Embiid and Simmons first, and then Butler. Can he handle that, number one? Number two, in a lot of cases, Colin, we see it with Carmelo Anthony. Your game is your game. And Jimmy Butler is relatively ball dominant. He's a decent three-point shooter, but he's not really a three-point shooter. So the floor is not going to be spread. I just don't know if I see the fit. I don't mind Philly doing it. And if I'm Philly, this is what I'm doing.
I like aggressive.
I watch it. Right. I sit back and I watch this. If it's clearly not working, I may trade Butler in February, okay? Or I play it out and see. But I just sit back and watch the experiment to see how it works. But my keepers are Embiid and Simmons. And then I'll see how it works with Butler.
Okay, so Kawhi Leonard goes to a good team out east. And then Jimmy Butler, good player, goes to a team out east. The East is way better. And you know what I think when I wake up? Outside of Golden State, that number 2 spot in the West, it's wide open, Chris. Houston's a mess. OKC's dysfunctional. Who knows what Minnesota is? New Orleans has one guy. He'll eventually leave. Portland's got limitations. I look at Golden State, granted. Everybody keeps telling me, LeBron, there is no way. Kawhi, out of the West. Jimmy, out of the West.
I agree. Look, the second and third best teams in the league are Toronto and Milwaukee, okay? And if I'm Magic Johnson or LeBron James, I am thinking we should be the second best team in the West. Golden State, okay, they are what they are. We can be better than anybody else in the West. That's what they should be thinking. And that's why the pressure was put on Luke Walton. And to Luke's credit, they've turned it around, look pretty good. But look at all the teams. Like you said, Portland's got their warts. Denver doesn't have a real superstar. Jokic is great, but he's tentative. He doesn't take over. Utah is what it is. New Orleans, you mentioned it. None of them have LeBron James, and LeBron has talent around him. They just have to figure out the best way to do it. And I think the best way, like last night, you saw them in the game. LeBron, Josh Hart, Kuzma, Ingram, and Tyson Chandler.
That's their lineup.
Well, sometimes it's going to be like, my point is this. The days of getting upset that Lonzo didn't play in the fourth, they're over. Okay? Lonzo is not a part of the nucleus. He could be. The nucleus is open. You got LeBron, and then the other 2 spots in the nucleus are open. Fight for it. If Lonzo earns it, great. If he doesn't, fine. We're moving on because It's not about developing Lonzo anymore. It's about Lonzo needs to earn a spot. If he's going to be a star, then be a star. But if not, we'll go with the other guys. You know, some nights it'll be Rondo finishing the game. Some nights it'll be Lonzo. Some nights it'll be neither, because they had a point guard on the floor. He was named LeBron James.
This is why you always say this. Your game is your game. I heard this from you when he was entering the team, and I thought a lot about it. It was, hey, LeBron's going to go to L.A. and have to play off the ball. But your game is your game. And here's what the funny thing about LeBron. In LeBron's career, this happens twice a year. Every year. Even now. He loses confidence in his jumper. And what LeBron does to get it back is, give me the ball. Let me go to the basket, score, get my confidence up, and slowly. And it happens every year. Sometimes it's happened in the middle of a series.
Well, and you know what else? You're right. And you're right. Your game is your game. The people around him were telling me he wants to play off the ball. He'll play off the ball. Okay. But like you said, your game is your game. And here's the thing. LeBron don't really know how to play off the ball. I mean, honestly, like that's the way he came up and the way he played. When he's off the ball, it's every blue moon he's on the block. Every blue moon he's on the elbow. Mostly when he's off the ball, he's standing on the wing just watching. You know, not even being a decoy. And that was the way it was in Cleveland. LeBron don't know how to play off the ball.
That's
and
okay.
So, yeah, it's okay. But look, I wouldn't be mad if you just made him the point guard, period. But he doesn't want to do that. But some parts of me wishes he would.
Should Melo retire?
Yes.
Thank you.
He should retire. And Melo needs to understand this. There is no shame in falling off in your 15th and 16th seasons.
All right.
Most guys, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird didn't even play 15th and 16th seasons. Michael Jordan's 15th season was in Washington, where he wasn't making the playoffs. Like, you look at that draft class, the only player that's still great or relevant is LeBron.
That's it.
Wade is not relevant. Bosh is retired. Kyle Korver is Kyle Korver. Nick Collison just retired. David West just retired.
Time to retire.
Retire. Otherwise, there are people. He's beginning. Look, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer in my book.
But it's getting stained.
A little. Like, Iverson went out badly like this. Iverson did not stain his legacy because he was iconic. Melo's great, Hall of Famer. He's not iconic.
Not iconic.
He's not like Iverson.
No.
And so go out now before you keep going from team to team and people start remembering you like this rather than the great player you were.
All right. His name is Chris Broussard. He and Rob Parker, weekdays, 7 to 10 Eastern p.m. on Fox Sports Radio and iHeartRadio. Great seeing you on a Monday.
Great being here, man.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.